Hello everyone, my name is Les Spectors, but you can just call me Connor, and today I have for you guys my first full commentary over a Vainglory game. So in this game I have for you guys today, I was playing Skaarf CP in the lane, and I'll be brutally honest, I insta-locked on these two guys, these guildmates. They were a little bit temperamental to say the least, and it showed a little bit throughout the game. So, just to give you guys a little bit of information about me and my channel and some things you guys might not know, I am Hotness Gold Tier 7, like in the middle of the tier, and that's after the 1.9 ELO compression. So before the 1.9 ELO compression, I was simply amazing Tier 8 Silver, which is obviously way better, but, you know, we can't control what SEMC does with their game. So, in this video, we're going up against a Ringo, a Sky, and an Arden. And my team is moving through the jungle, and I'm just farming up the lane a little bit, trying to harass this Ringo with my Spitfire. And so I start to see them go over to the bottom of the shop, and they kind of start to die down there, just saying. But, oops. I just gave away what happens later because they actually come into the lane, and it looks like we're going to fail the gank here. And Rona is going to end up dying to this turret. This is my first commentary ever, so it's not going to be anything great. I'm probably going to screw up my words and sound awful, and probably say a lot of things that aren't going to happen for another 30 seconds. So after this horrible failed gank, my teammates are question-pinging me like I was supposed to do something, like, was I supposed to hit another fireball that's not on cooldown for another 6 seconds, but go down to the jungle and I see both of the enemies in our jungle, and I just kind of ward them off after they seal 2 camps, the shop camp and the middle heal camp. And then it's back to the lane to farm with Skaarf. Now, some people think it's kind of hard to farm with Skaarf, and they would be right. It's a little bit hard to farm with him. He has the shortest auto attack range of any mage and the slowest auto attack speed of any mage. And it's kind of hard to gauge when his projectile is going to hit. With that said though, he doesn't have any of like the problems of Vox or Sky, where like one turret shot won't get the minion within death range, one shot, like last hit. And there I am, just kind of destroying my words again, because this is my first commentary. But now, at this point in the game, my team is going into their jungle to invade, which I'm not really so sure of, because Sky is very strong in the early game with Crystal. And looks like Catherine's going to go down here to Ringo, and Rona's going to start question-picking me, and I'm going to come down for support to keep them out of our jungle. I'm probably talking really fast in this commentary, but oh well, it's my first one. So here I'm going to pick up a heavy prism and boots and some more potions, and just try to keep away from Sky, because if she gets on top of me, that's pretty much the end for Skaarf, because my Spitfire is on a long cooldown at this level. So now what we're going to be doing is just going back to farming in the lane and things like that, and that's pretty much it. Like I said, this is going to be probably the cringiest commentary you've ever heard over a Vainglory game. Nothing like Rumbly Secrets Out or Benton 1. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So, to tell you guys a little bit more about my channel, if you don't already know, I used to play this crappy old game called Battle Bears Gold, and it had awful balancing issues, a really strange player base, and I would record it just for fun because I had no idea what Vainglory is, or was at the time. So now we're going into a fight down here in the Sky, kind of chokes on for dinner and forward barrages the wrong way, and that's pretty much easy pickup for us. And so now we're going to be taking position in the tri-bush, and Rona wants to take the gold mine. I'm not really sure what she's doing about that, because Arden and Ringo are still at pretty good HP. And I really wouldn't take the gold mine right now. So now we go up to the lane, and we stun Ringo out, but Catherine walks face first in the turret when she's at no health to be walking face first into the turret. And for some reason, Ringo is a higher level than me. at this point in the game. He gets level 6 way before I do for some reason. Maybe that's because he's staying up there more, or because my support is sitting in the lane and stealing farm XP with the ganks. But I'm not sure. Doesn't really have any outcome or effect on the outcome of the game. So now at this point, he's level 6 and I'm only level 5. My teammates are rotating down to their backs to get the farm. And I'm kind of scared of Ringo because this is the point where if he's good, he should have a tension bow by now. And I'm not sure if he has one or not, but if he does, I need to keep away from him until I hit a higher level. So there we go, I pick up my ultimate Dragon's Breath right here. And now I want to talk to you guys a little bit about Dragon's Breath as an ability. Dragon's Breath used to be completely ignored on Skaarf. Like, people would, when in pro games and professional matches, people just wouldn't even take a point in Dragon's Breath until they had to at level 11. They would just upgrade their Spitfire and Goop all the way until level 11. Me, I always just took it at 6 for the utility it provided, but after the China Invitational, I think everybody started to see that the Chinese Skaarfs, is that how you say his name, plural, were all taking Dragon Breath to the max and maxing out its potential with the 45%, I think it is, Shield Pierce on the ultimate. And here's the part right here where Ringo gets Tension Bow, and I kind of melt. But that's besides the point, because I'm talking to you guys about Dragon Breath. And what's happening with Dragon's Breath is, with the fall of support heroes like Catherine, who has the most reliable stun in the game, and Arden, the rise of Arden, who doesn't have any stuns besides Gauntlet, people are really, really making use of Dragon's Breath, because the thing with Dragon's Breath used to be, you can get stunned out of it, like, so easily, because it silences you while you're using it, preventing you from reflex blocking any stuns, which basically just makes you food for Catherine. And what people are doing now is they're using it to its full potential because of the fall of Catherine and the rise of Arden. I mean, Arden had what, like an 80% win rate in the North American VGL finals. But I mean, Dragon's Breath as an ability, it's very strong, and people were just completely neglecting it. And now my team moves over to take the gold mine. I'm really not sure what they were doing there. I mean, Catherine had a Stormguard banner, so I guess I just said, why the hell not take the gold mine now? Because, I mean, we can. And right now we're fighting on the gold mine. I hit the Goop on Ringo. That's huge to kill. I kill steal 2 of those with my Dragon's Breath and my Goop. Catch Arden out, and that is an ace. So after this ace, we move up to the lane to take the first turret. And during this push, I mean, Catherine is going to steal their backs with her Stormguard banner, which I kind of would have wanted Rona to do instead and have Catherine in the lane helping me. But it's all good because this is just a casual game. So there you have it, we take down the first turret. Sky doesn't really want to pursue any farther than that. It's kind of smart of her, we would have melted her. And now my team is starting to come around on the emotional side of things. They were kind of angry at the beginning that I insta-locked on them, but the forum users told me to use Skaarf, so I got an insta-lock. Now Arden wants to fight more, and Ringo's here too. He gauntlets. This fight is absolutely horrendous looking for me. I get stunned by the gauntlet 2 times in a row. It looks horrible. I look horrible. I hit the Goop in the wrong spot. I'm focusing the support. I don't know what I'm doing. My ult is on cooldown. I just land 1 good Spitfire into Arden. Make that 2. Take him out, and then Ringo's running. He's kiting Rona away pretty well, but I'm on really high health. So we're just trying to get Ringo, and Rona delays his recall here. She's scared of him, and I finish him off with a Spitfire right there. Now right here, I'm afraid that those camps are going to kill my support or jungler, so I just finish it off with a Spitfire there. Wow, it's been forever since I have talked for this long in a row. Like, seriously, speech class, where are you at? And I don't know where that Spitfire went. Like, it didn't go, it totally hit those minions, but nothing even happened. There was a couple points in this game where, like, I hit a Spitfire or Goop where it should have hit somebody, or ignited, or hit, or whatever they do, and it just kind of disappeared into thin air. Not sure what's going on there. Now right here, Arden is trying to steal our farm with Sky, and I'm not really sure why he's there, because those are like the least valuable minions on the map. I'm just kind of running away, trying to apply my flame stacks on Arden. And at this point my team is rotating back, and Catherine says to group up around the gold mine because that is exactly what we should do. I pick up my heavy prism going towards Broken Myth, and Rona starts to engage on Sky. Now I see all of the enemies kind of clumped up, so I use one Spitfire and I go for the Dragon's Breath. And it absolutely melts Arden, as I was saying before. Now we're in kind of an interesting situation. My team is taking the minion mine, but I tell them no. But, I mean, their better judgment would tell them to take it, because the minion mine aggroes for a ridiculously long time. Like, you can walk all the way through those bat camps and the minion mine will still be hitting you. That is just like one of the worst feelings ever when you're using like Finn, when you use your polite company and it hits the minion mine while you're farming. It's just, it sucks. There's no other word. Arden fails his gauntlet right there and walks straight into my fits and walks straight into my Spitfire. Gosh, I just can't talk. Wow. I have been talking for an absurd amount of time, but I mean, why would you guys want to hear me talk anyway? Some people requested it, so I guess I'm doing it now that I have the chance. So in the future for my channel, I kind of want to talk about that right now. I'm hoping to get for Christmas one of those NVIDIA Shield gaming tablets. And if I could get that, my YouTube capabilities would just kind of explode. And what would happen is those NVIDIA tablets have built-in shadow play, voice recording, and Twitch stream capability. Now Twitch isn't really something I'm interested in, but the shadow play and the extra voice recording that I can do with 2 devices would be great. It would be really good. And so what I'm hoping for that is to hopefully get that for Christmas, and then I can be able to do more frequent commentary and like more montages with a better editing system, and basically overall just grow my channel, because if I continue on the path I'm on now, there's kind of a deadline in which I would run out of time to use my computer, as I have to turn it into the school at the end of May, because I'm using a school MacBook Air to record these videos, which is kind of a limitation in itself, because the MacBook Air isn't really incredibly powerful, but it does the job. Which brings me to the point that I'm editing this with iMovie, which also isn't very powerful, but it still does the job just like the computer. So at this point in the game, we are taking down the second turret, well at least I am, and Rona dives really deep and gets herself killed, but she does take out one enemy, so it's all good. At this point, I am going down to the shop to pick up my, I don't remember, I think I pick up a boots and a reflex block. Yes, that's exactly it. That is like a really recommendable tip that I can give to you guys for playing mages. Once you get your first 2 core items, that's usually Frostburn and Broken Myth. Once you get your first core items, mages are usually really slow, so pick up tier 2 boots, and then you get a reflex block. Especially when you're playing against someone who has a really reliable reflex blockable ability, like Hellfire Brew for Ringo, or Merciless Pursuit on Catherine, or Gauntlet on Arden. That Gauntlet on Arden, oh, right here I get totally caught out, but I use my reflex block to get out of the Gauntlet. But Sky is chasing me down. She completely misses her death from above, and Catherine saves me with the support activatables right there. So shout out to Catherine for being totally clutch. She wasn't even one of the pink spammers, that was just Rona. Rona was a little bit salty that I insta-locked on her. Now here I'm chasing down Arden, trying to get the ace, using the Frostburn on my Spitfire to keep on chasing him, and I can't see here, but I throw it into the dark and it gets him, giving me level 12 and another push.
You are kind of a
So after this, I'm just clearing their minions, waiting for the minions to push down the lane, and Catherine seems to be going into their turret by herself for some reason, and eating a forward barrage from Sky. At this point, we're just trying to poke them and do as much damage to this turret as we possibly can, and then we go in on Ringo. I use my goop, but Arden Vanguard kind of saves him, but then Catherine gets him when it's done. Here I use my Dragon Breath under the turret, which is kind of stupid of me, but it really comes close. And then I kill Sky while she's in the base, reflex blocking that turret shot because the turret was doing insane damage to me. So now we turn our focus to the turret, because if we don't, it's going to kill us, like no matter what. And after that, I just decide to go home because I'm on low health and low aim. So there I pick up another Heavy Prism because I am moving towards an Eve of Harvest in my build, which is really great for Skaarf because, let me tell you, Eve of Harvest gives you Crystal Lifesteal, so that means that when you use your abilities and they hit things, of course, you get health back. And Eve of Harvest can be really useful in fights because there's some times where, like, if you're trying to kite out against a melee hero, like a Cruel, and you're trying to kite out against this Cruel and you're on low health and you hit your Spitfire, it's giving you back health, giving you more opportunities to kite and more opportunity to stay away from the Cruel. Which, as we all know, with Cruel, the best way to combat him is just to stay the hell away from him. It's pretty awful. There's another one of those dupes right there that definitely should have hit, but for some reason didn't. The little delay on Skaarf's dupe is kind of weird after update 1.9, but now we're taking the Kraken, and I see Arden coming. And right now, I just decided to go all in and just use Dragon Breath with Broken Myth stacks, and it just completely melts the sky. They take the Kraken, but there I use my reflex block up the go. But they take the Kraken, but we're kind of destroying them still. We're going after Arden. I kill him. I'm telling my team to go for the Kraken, because we need to take it down. But my team is telling me to go to, like, their base, because of the turrets. And this doesn't really make much sense to me because we don't have any minions. But in the end, I have to listen to my team because, I mean, they're my team. And so we just leave the Kraken to go ham on our turrets, and I end up coming down for absolutely nothing, just to poke Sky with Spitfire. So now we're all recalled, and the Kraken is going on our turrets. I pick up tier 3 boots because they buffed tier 3 boots, and they're absolutely incredible now. They're not totally necessary, but they give you a 30-second cooldown on the activation, and I think more health and armor and shield than they did before, which is awesome. So at this point, we've taken down the Kraken. It almost took 2 turrets, which means we come out gold positive from that. And Rona is getting a little bit question marky there because I took her farm, but come on, Rona. We're destroying them. Doesn't really matter. And now they kind of want to fight. They're trying to take our farm, and Catherine gets off the silence, so Ringo can't use his Twirling Silver. Arden's got his Vanguard. I noticed they're all pretty low. So what do? I use Dragon's Breath. I've been telling you guys about how much more useful Dragon's Breath is right now. See Ringo get there finished off by Catherine's 1 auto attack. And Rona's going after Arden. Dragon's Breath has just exploded back into the meta thanks to the Chinese Invitational. I'm not sure how I feel about it. Like, there's some times where you just can't do anything to Dragon Breath because your team doesn't really have a great stun. But I mean, I guess that could just be your fault because your team doesn't really have a great stun. So here we're moving into their base, trying to take out their Vayne turrets. Rona's taking a lot of damage from the turrets. I'm checking their death timers just to make sure we have time to shatter the Vayne, and taking down the last turret, I know I have to shatter the Vayne quick because I don't want to die, just gotta preserve the Flawless. Ringo's coming in, he gets silenced, he can't do much. Rona goes down. Sky is doing a lot of work on me. Ringo's going on me. Arden gauntlets me in, and I go down to Ringo. But luckily for me, deaths after the Vayne is shattered don't count. So that is the video for today, guys, and my first commentary ever. So I'm sorry for all of the cringe and ear bleeding and Ebola that it probably caused, but I mean, hey, it's my first commentary, so thanks everybody for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed, subscribe if you loved it, it helps. I'd love to grow my channel, and thanks and bye.